Have you ever practiced or just, listening and covering everything? I need your response, guys. Start with. Can I get a response? Be interactive.
Yes, we practiced a little bit on Power BI.
Yeah, we have seen last something to about how to import the data and transform the data. We have done some operations
In
on that.
last class, we worked
And
on data transformation, right?
yeah,
Yes.
We just the data from our system and just transfer this data to the Power BI desktop or Power Query editor, right? So we worked out with PDF files, we worked with CSV files or Excel workbook. We worked with some operations that we have to perform on our data. We do some merge operations, append operations, we do some group by operations on our data. So I want to know how many of you have practiced there. Can you differentiate what is the difference between append and merge query? Can anybody differentiate between append and merge query? We already did in last class. What is append and merge query? Can anybody answer? Yep. Can anybody answer what is append and merge query? Am I audible? I think.
Yeah, Babet, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
hello. Yes, you are audible, but your voice is cutting.
Getting your. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. Now all are audible.
Yeah, now it's perfect.
Yeah, it's good. So can you differentiate between append and merge query? What we are doing in append query and merge query. Have you practiced?
Babet?
Yeah.
In the merge,
Uh,
let it be two tables if you are like merging it. Let
Mm-hmm.
will add both the tables columns.
Mm-hmm.
In the append, the data will be appended and the rows will be increased.
Okay, that means what we are doing. We are appending the table below the table, right? And we are merging the table. We are merging in the terms of columns. And when we are going to append, we are appending in terms of rows. We are increasing the rows of our data, right? And for merge query, we can merge two tables with which have a same columns, right? And in case of append, the table which we are using and we want to append the other table with that table, the name, the header, or the column name or the feature name should be same. Otherwise, it will not append, it will not detect the column name, right? So that's what we discussed in the last class. So now we are having, I am sharing data. This is my data set. I am sharing with the chat window. Let me share it. Now we are working with some another data. Yes, Zoom class. Yeah, have you received this north wind sample data?
Yes.
Yeah. Please open that data. Can you mute your mic, please? Yeah, thank you. So when we open this data, this is north wind sample data you have already, I pasted on the chat. Just go through this chat and you will observe there is a link, right? This is the data, which is online data available. So I'll just copy the link, just copy the link, close it, open your Power BI desktop, right? And here we have get data because we can connect number of data sources with the help of this get data option. So we'll add our data. So this is my or data feed, which is called online data feed. I'll click on it. There's a window will pop up that is O data feed. Enter your URL. We have the URL with us. This is the open source data we have, and just click on OK. So what will happen? It will directly take the data from the online resources and just will get the tables what we want. So we'll click on OK, and this we have to connect it with the service, and we are connecting.
Can you do once more? Because
Yeah.
it's not showing online, so it's showing online services.
Just a moment. We'll go to this. This is my data set. This is you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Copy this
I
link.
copied. Yes. Yeah.
Open your Power BI desktop. Go to this get data. This is my, let me, and not everything. Yes, annotation. So go to this get data. And click on O data. This guy. You have to select this O data feed.
Yeah, done.
Done. Once you click on it, it will pop up the window. You just paste your URL on this and it will connect with the online service. And here we go with the tables, right? So we have number of tables. The number of tables we have. Then the tables which we want to use is category table, customer table, order details, product table, and
Done.
orders table. Yes. That's what we have with us. Just observe the data that we have this category table. Okay. Then we have a customer detailed. Fine. Then we have order details. Fine. And then we have a product detail. Done. Right. So we are not moving towards the transformation part. We already did with this part, this part, that how we can transform the data. So we'll directly load the data into the Power BI desktop. So we are loading the data into the Power BI desktop. So data is loading.
Bhavesh, there is one question.
Yeah.
Is there any limitation of the rows it can handle, the Power BI?
Sorry?
Is there any limitation the data size it will be handled?
No, there is no limitation, because since the actually what happened, if the number of rows will increase, what will happen? It will display for the for its compatibility. It will display only 1000 rows.
Okay.
For the Power Query editor.
So we can customize also, right?
Yeah, we can customize. Yeah, whatever we require, we can upload that much amount of row, no problem. And if we have a huge amount of data, we can directly connect with the server. It will pull that large amount of data in from the server and just start visualizing on that part. So although the data is running in the server, it does not hamper on the report actually.
Then it will be a dynamic also if the database will
Yeah,
change.
of course, it will dynamic. It will dynamic. There is no problem with that.
Just need a favor. If get time, not now, whenever. Can you show a little bit of example where connecting directly with the server and
I'll come with that part once we're done with it. Don't worry, we'll
thank
cover each and everything,
thank
right?
you.
Yeah,
I have one query.
yeah,
The site which you have given, it's basically for to fetch data,
yeah,
different types of data from that site, and it's
yeah.
really
It,
accessible.
yeah, this is the just a website from which we can fetch all the data that what we want. This data is available on that particular site, right?
Okay,
And we are just fetching the data with the help of that is online data feed. So
okay,
if there is somewhat data is available in the website, then we want to fetch that data. So it will, although that particular site contains lots of text, but my Power BI only read the tables.
okay,
It only fetch the tables from that website and will display on that desktop.
okay. So
Right?
on what basis did you selected certain categories?
Just for there is no base. I just randomly I take the tables so that I can give some good examples so that you can learn. That's it.
Okay, fine.
No, there is no concept behind this how we can select the table.
Okay, fine, fine.
Right? Yeah. So this is my we already worked with this is my report view and this is my table view. Of course, we have all the tables here and this is my just a moment. Now this is what we have a relationship. This is what we have a model view. This is called model view where we have to manage the relationship between various tables, what we are doing with our SQL server. Or when we are writing a query, there what we do, we just connect the various tables to each other by using somewhat primary key and foreign keys, right? So same thing it's done here also, because although we have a 4 5 10 tables and we want some find some insights between that table and we have to create the relationship with this table. So for that we have to go for this manage relationship, right? So here you observe we have a customer table. Drop down it. Yeah, we have a customer table with us. Yes, customer table, and we have this is orders table, right? So here you can see the customer table is connected with the orders table, and order detail is connected with the orders, and order detail is connected with the product, and product is connected with the category, and this category is connected with this product table, right? So there it creates a automated relationship between each table. But what we want, if we require to make the relationship between as per our requirement, what we have to do. So for that, we have to go to this manage relationship table. Yeah, here we have the, let me take annotations. Is it visible now?
No.
It's not
No.
visible.
Bhavesh, here I have one question here actually.
Yeah.
So, can I write in SQL query? We have a window function, no? Can I write window function in Power BI?
Yeah, we can write. We can write SQL query in the Power BI. We can write Python codes in the Power BI.
Okay.
We can write the Power BI own language, which is called M language.
M
Also,
language.
yeah, we can write also this thing in the Power BI. So there is no restriction for that, because although The Power BI is a generic tool which can compatible with any type of language, any type of server. There is no issue with that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me reshare the screen.
Is Power BI and Tableau is the same?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the both are visualization tool. For example, Power BI, Tableau, ClickView, right? Inside View. This all are same tools we have. But the nowadays the Power BI is it's growing very fast because many of company are using this Power BI tool. But yeah, Tableau is also we have the same features. But once you learn any business intelligence tool, we can work with any tool. No problem with that. Although the options are same, somewhat there is a somewhat changes in their name. But although they're the same options, same things we can get as output, right?
So it can read
Okay.
only the
Thank you.
tabular
Sorry?
data. So it can read only the tabular data, or it can like the PDFs also. It can scan, parse, and it can read it.
I give the example. It can read the PDF as well.
Okay, but
But yeah, but in PDF there is a table. If there is a table, that it only read the table. It doesn't do anything with the text.
there is no customization available. Like if we will provide some logic or something, it can read the text.
No. It cannot compatible with text. It only works with the tabular data. That's it. That means if we say it's only compatible with the structured data. We want the columns. We want the rows. It only play with the rows and columns. That's it.
Thanks.
Yeah. So here we have this manage relationship, right? Tab. Here we have a manage relationship tab. So if we click on it, it will show the relationship between, you see the table. These are the active relationship we have, and this is the table columns, and this is the from table, and this is to table. Which relation from which table it's relation to another table, right? So this is the order ID, order details table connected with the orders table. By which column? Order ID. Here my order ID is a primary key from which we are connecting this table order detail to the orders table, right? Same thing will happen in the next table, in the next table, and in this table. So what we want to do something by our own. So we have to delete all this relationship. I just select it all and delete all the relationship. Yes. So see, all relationships are deleted, right? So we want to make the relationship between these tables by our own. So what we have to do, we have to find the common column between this. So we can observe that in customer table and in orders table, the order ID is the common column we have. So just drag it. Got it? Right click with your mouse, drag this and drop on the orders table, and you will observe you got a relationship between this customer and the orders table, right? When you will hover on this relationship line, you will observe that it will highlight the columns which are related with each other in this table. But without the same column, we cannot make a relationship between with another one column to the another column. Right now we move to the orders detail table. So here we have order ID, and here also we have order ID. So with this order ID, we can make a relationship between these two tables. So you can just observe, yeah, it got a relationship. And similarly, we have a customer ID, and as well as there is a customer ID. If you want to make a relationship between orders table with the product table, or we want to make a separate relationship between these two tables, take the customer ID and drag on the product ID. So it makes the relationship between each other, right? So from, if you want to make the relationship between orders detail and the product table, so we have to find in which table they have a common column. So we can observe there is product ID. There's a common column in this both the tables. So we can make a relationship between these tables too, right? So that's what we got the relationship between these two tables with each other. And these all the tables are got related with each other, right? And if you want to delete or want to make some changes, just hover on it and double click on that relationship line, hover on it and double click. See, over on it and double click. The relationship window will open.
Bhavesh,
Yeah.
sorry. So this is a clean data.
Yeah.
How we will come to know that order ID is the primary one only in this table? We have to look the data and then only we need to like pan
Yeah.
out.
See, for making any relationship, we have to observe the data that which columns have a common data is available. Then only we can make the relationship, na?
Not only
Otherwise,
that, we need to like see that whether that is not a duplicate one or something like that.
that we have to check, na?
Yeah.
See, I'm directly moving to the Power Desktop. First, what we have to do, as per the our what we learned in the last class, first we have to take the data, take this data into the Power Query editor, just observe the data, check it out whether it is duplicate columns, whether it is duplicate row, remove all these things, clean it, and then we'll take into our Power BI desktop. The clean data should be in our Power BI desktop so that we can work out much better in terms of visualizations.
There is no features like it will say like this is the primary or something like that. If I am putting up the clean data or something.
Yeah, we just see we just observe the table, then only we can come to know that which are the tables have a common columns in this table, so that only we can work out on that. It does not say, Power BI does not say that this is the primary key or foreign key. Even though I'll just give the I'll just work out on the same thing, that if there is no relationship between these two tables, then what we can do, how we can make the relationship, because they sometimes happen now. We want the one table will change in one table and there will also change in another table that we want. That means although both the tables does not having the same column, right? So we cannot supposed to make the relationship between this two, but what my requirement as a business owner, I want that if there is some change in table number 1, there should be change in table number 2 without any relation. So how we can work out with this type of data, that's also will do, and how we can make the relationship between this type of tables, right? Yeah. So here you can observe, here we have this arrow, right? Here we have a arrow or this showing the relationship between these two tables, this showing the relationship between these two tables, right? So let me move to the our Power BI desktop and just understand that what the relationship says, right? So first I will take this bar chart. So this is my bar chart. This is my visualization tools. We have number of visualizations we have, right? So I am selecting my bar chart from this window, right? And I am putting customer name. So this will be my contact name, and the contact name we have, just go to the orders. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I'm taking the two columns from two columns from the different tables. That is, the one is from customer table. I am taking the contact name, that is name of all the customers we have. And in orders, from orders table, I'm taking the freight column, right? So it shows the count, right? It shows the count. Although you can observe that the tables are different. Tables are different. But since these tables are talking to each other, that is why we are getting this result. So for example, if there is no relationship between these two tables, then what will happen? What will be our visualization? So sometimes if you drag and drop and do some visualization, so if you observe that this type of visualization comes, that means there is no relation. It's showing there is no relationship between these two tables, although we are try to plot, because what we are giving on my desktop, Power BI desktop, it will show the visuals. It does not throw the error. Right? It will show the visuals, but we have to observe, is this visual is having relationship? Is this visuals having, giving some output, giving some outcome? So how we can observe? I'm going to the relationship table, the table which we used for this plot, that is customer table and the orders table, right? So go to the model view. We have customers table and the orders table, right? And what I am doing, I am just removing the relation. How we can remove? You can go to the manage relation, check this checkbox and delete. This is the one option. And another option that we have, hover on it, and right click, you will get the option that is delete. So I am deleting this relationship. Then we'll observe what will be, there is changes in our visualization. So I remove the relationship between this, and let's go to the report view, what my report says. Oh, so what it says? It says that all are having a same fret. So which is not possible, right? So that means there is no relationship between these two tables. So we can observe that there is no relationship between these two tables. There is no relationship between. That's why we are getting this type of visualizations, right? So what we have to do now, we have to make some relationship between these two tables so that we can get a required visualization in my report. So I'm just again making the relationship, and then just observe. So just observe this. Remove this. This is my report. Yeah. So from here we can say that there must be a relationship between. Otherwise we cannot get the required output in my visualizations. So these two tables should be related with each other, and then it will give this type of output, right? So that is what we can do, right?
Star in the link denotes one-to-many relationship.
Yeah, I'm coming at that point. Yeah, so this is all about the relationship. Now we talk about this connections, that what it shows, right? So this one shows that this is the relationship with the one table, and this is shows the star shows the many relationship. So it just shows one to many, right? And here you can observe, this is the arrow. We have a single arrow. That means the customer table is related with the orders table. What we are getting? Customer tables is related with the orders table. That means if there is any change in customers table, there will be a changes in the orders table. But if we talk about reverse, it does not happen, because there is no reverse relationship between these two tables, right? So if we want to change this relationship, what we have to do? We have to click on this arrow, and you can observe these tables are related with each other. Just a moment, let me clean the board. Yeah, so we can got this relationship table, this relationship edit relationship. So we can edit the relationship between this tables. And what we can do, since here we can have cross filter directions. So here we have single, and you can observe we have cadility, that is one to many. So we have single. If we click on both, then see what will happen. Now we got a relationship between this both the tables each other. So one table data will change, the other table data, order data will change. When we change the order data, it will change in the customer table as well. But this type of relationship does not we try to avoid in the Power, because it directly affect our speed of the report. So try to avoid this type of relationship in my desktop. Power BI desktop, so that
Can you
the
explain once again which you have told just now?
see, we have a single relationship with this data, right? Just a moment. Let me take a table. Just a minute. I'll change the visualizations. Yeah, and I'll take the table. This is table 1. So I'll drop the these are the category name and take another table. Company, city. Yes, and we have the orders table because we have this relationship. In order, I will put zip city, right? See, if I click on Australia, you can observe on this. Is it visible? Yeah, if I click on this, there will be change in this table. Which table? Orders table, right? That means there is a arrow making the relationship between customer with the orders table, right? So from this, we can observe that if I click on any of this country, it will give the name of that city. If I click on the Australia, we can get the city of that Australia, right? If I click on this Argentina, we can get the city of that Argentina. If I click on the Brazil, we can get the cities. But if we do the reverse thing, it will not happen. So if we click on Bern or Berlin, there will be no change that it is from which country. So when we click on this, there should be change in this table as well. If there is a relationship. So what kind of relationship it has? It only gives relation in this direction. So we want relationship in both the direction. So for that, what we have to do? For that, what we have to do? We have to change the direction of this arrow. So just click on that arrow and you'll get this edit relationship. Let's go to remove the single and go for both. So I'll click on both and okay. Right. Go to the visualizations and now, yes. So I'll click on Argentina. I'll get this city name and I'll just click on the Berlin. I'll get the country name, Germany. So since there is a relationship between both the directions, so once we select this table, it will give the other tables data. If we give the another customers table, yeah, city table or city table, it will give the country table, it gives the city data, right? So that's what.
Can you tell me one thing? That when we are building visuals, on the side pane, the options of these data where your categories, customers, order details are being shown, they are not visible on my screen. So how to bring that option in visibility? Yeah, this one you are clicking now. Yeah, is this like my screen is visible in
This
this?
is showing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, got it. So just click on this is the data. This is the build visuals. You're getting these options?
No, I'm not getting this
Just
option.
observe.
Let me observe.
At the corner, you get this icons. If you click on this, it's closed.
Just a minute. this that cylindrical option is not available, and the data the side pane which is showing the options for the data categories, customers, order details, that is also not visible.
Let me please share your screen.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, I have shared my screen with you.
You're getting it at the top now.
Where?
Here it is. Here it is at the top. Here it is. These are all the visuals. These are all the
The
visuals.
visuals, the options of like your data options.
Have you imported the data?
Yes, that is being see, that's visible in model view.
It is there. Click on this arrow. Data. Go to model view.
Yes.
Click on this data
Where?
at your
Fine, yes.
right. Yeah.
Done.
This is the table.
Okay, fine. Now will it, but in this screen it's not visible.
It should be. Just a moment. Let me check. Just click on it. Click on this arrow. Get closed. Just a moment. Let me check.
Does she need to do that add data fields here after expanding the filters from the right? Add data fields here.
No, this is for the filter. Just a moment. Let me check. Yeah, there. Do I getting any? That's plus button is there.
Where?
Just a moment. It's not showing a plus button. Go to the option file. Go to the file.
Yes.
File. Yes, file. Then go to the option and settings.
Options. Yes.
Click on option.
Okay, fine. Clicked.
Just wait. Yeah. Go to the preview features.
Preview features. Fine.
These all are ticked, right? Click on load data. First option we have.
The first option.
No, in global, globe. Yeah,
Data
in globe.
load.
Yeah, data
Fine.
load. Always detect column type header. Detect column. It's all the background data. It's done. Catch. This data is showing. Do this data showing in your Power Query editor? Just open it.
Shall I close it first?
Yeah, close it. Close it.
Power Query editor.
No. Transform data. Yes.
Yes, it's visible.
Visible, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, mine is not visible here. Because although I'll share my screen. Yeah, just click on file.
Click on
File. File.
Yes.
And there is an option check the version of the Power BI. Yeah, you have about option is there.
File में about option. Yeah, version तो मेरा that's old version.
So please update this.
Okay,
How
but
much it is? It is on August. Oh, okay, it is of August. So update, please update this.
okay, fine.
Right, so we can get a good, we can get, some new features in this Power BI as well.
Okay. But earlier actually it was showing on the side pane, but I don't know what I clicked and it just moved out of my view and then,
Or you can just close this and, just reopen this same file. Maybe it will appear, because it does not happen like this.
okay, fine. I'll
Fine.
check it out. Okay.
Yeah, just figure it out. Because actually what will happen, I'll show you. This is my Power BI. So here we have this plus sign, right? If you have a new version of Power BI after December 23, you'll get this, customized pan switch. You click on that, you will open this, click on this pan data, format, all the options you can on if you required. Otherwise, if you put it off, it will disappear. Right? So check this if there is maybe some problem with the switch. So just restart. Maybe sometime happens like this. So I'm closing. Yes. So have you all done this, all the practices, what we did with you? I'll
Yes.
pause here. I'll pause about 2 minutes. Who did this same practice, making some relationship, try to make the relationship, and then please let me know if it is done. I'll just give you 2 to 5 minutes.
Now it's another thing. If let it be, there is a duplicate in the first table,
Mm-hmm.
and we are making the relationship with another table.
Mm-hmm.
Then it will reflect only after we will put the visualization, or how will it will handle somewhere.
See what I'm saying again. First, entering to the Power BI desktop, we have to remove the duplicates.
These only the cleaning data it can
Yeah.
you can't load, and they can't tell. I mean, they can't intimate like, these are the duplicate or whatever it is. We have to transform the data, and then we need to.
Yeah, we have to clean and confirm the data. If there is a duplicacy, it will get clean in the Power Query editor, and then we can upload this clean data into my desktop.
And this data, where it is storing, is it like you told, this is a dynamic data, we can make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we are building up a dashboard or something, so let it be we have connected directly with the server,
Mm-hmm.
and for the UI we have connected with some Python code or something.
Mm-hmm.
So in the dashboard, it will be dynamically, it will change when the data will be updated in the database, right?
Exactly, it will update. But again, I'm in first class I explained the data is connected with the Power BI service, right? Although we make some, for example, I'll just make some. If I make some visualizations, let me close this. Then I will explain. Yeah. So for example, I make some visualizations with this on this window. Let us take a random just for example. So I'll take this.
Take the bar chart which you have categorized.
Just what's I'm drawing. Uh, Category name. We'll take a contact name, and then we take a order, right? So that is what my bar chart is look like, right? So now this data is available in my system, right? First thing. In last class, I explained this thing as well. So I'll just open my last PPT. See, this data is available in my system. So what will happen? It will see, this is my local, right? My desktop, where it's saved in my D drive. Data is available in my D drive, right? I'm taking this data and giving the path into the Power BI desktop. This is my CSV file, right? If we update this my CSV file in my local, it will update the report in my desktop.
So that it will be. My
Right?
question was something different. My question was,
Yeah.
can directly be connected with the SQL server?
Now I'm coming to a point. This is the basic that what we are doing, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm coming to your point that what you said. Just open my. Yeah. So now what you asked that if it is in my server. This is my server.
Server means the database I am connecting with.
Yeah, it is database I'm connecting with the.
Yeah.
This
Power
is
BI.
my Power BI
Hmm.
desktop, right? This is my Power Desktop. In Power Desktop, I made some visualization. For example, I made some bar charts like this. Done. Right. So this is my server. I connected my server with the Power BI. And see, number one, the server continuously getting the data.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let it be a
That means,
OLTP data is there. Yeah.
yeah. Right. Their OLTP data is continuously getting the data in the server.
Right.
But what will happen when we are preparing the report, the data will become a static. Right. So there will be no change in this report in the desktop. Now what we have to do, we have this is my cloud. This is my Power BI service. Right. Now what will happen? Once I prepare the report on the desktop, I have to deploy my report on the Power BI service, which is a cloud service. Right. Then what will happen? This cloud service is, I will share the link of this cloud service to the stakeholders.
I got it.
Right. And when the data will update here, it will directly update on my cloud. It will not reflect on my desktop.
Got it.
Got
So,
it?
so another question. If let it be, I'm making it here, or I'm building developing in the React or some other places. Right? So why should we go off for the BI? We can directly go for the React or something, right? To get the development purpose.
Yeah, we can go for this. There also, see what will happen. We have to deploy my report on the Power BI desktop.
Yeah.
Right. From there only we can get the HTTP link, or we can generate we can get the API link. We can connect my report with that particular your React code, and this report will be visualized on your web service what you are providing on your web application directly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
So what's the difference? I mean, why will you going to use with Power BI? We can directly use React and all, right?
See, it depends on your requirement. Right. For example, if see Power BI service provides, it provides, we are basically what we are doing, we are putting here our dashboards. Okay. We are putting dashboards and we are creating here report. Report is different, dashboard is different. Right. What is dashboard? Dashboard is the combination of various reports, because we don't want to see all the reports. We just want to see the dashboards. Right. So what will happen? The business holders just want to internally, they want to see that what is happening with my business. That is their internal requirement. But if there is a population data, if there is a COVID data that we have to reflect on my website, that we can connect with this APIs, give the API connections, and just connect this data, this report to that particular website, and it will get reflected.
So internal report is also okay, but that is also not dynamic, right? If it is, you have to first to convert it in the local, and then it is changing in the report visualization.
No, once the report is prepared in my local or my private desktop, once it is deployed, now it will become live.
That was, we need to build in the Docker or something, and then we need to deploy on the server. Then it will be a dynamic.
Yeah, if you talk about Power BI server, directly we can deploy on the Power BI server. It will get directly updated.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So I think all well done with rest of things. So let's move to the PPT. Yes. This is what we have to do. Now what I am doing, so although we taken out our data, we connected our data, and we just understand that what the relationship we make in between our tables, and that's what we are doing. So now what we are doing here, now you heard the name, that is DEX. DEX, that is data analysis expression. This is data analysis expression, right? So what we are doing, we are preparing some formulas which we prepared, which we observe, which we did number of times on the Excel. The same thing we are doing in this Power BI desktop, right? And this is called a DEX query. So basically it is nothing but is a language of Power BI, right? That's what we have to write, right? So what is this DEX? What is this DEX? DEX is the collection of functions. DEX is the collection of functions, operators, and various constants. And various constants which are used in the formulas. For calculation. For calculation, right? That is what the DEX does, right? So I think you all are guys aware about the what are the operators, what are the functions. So first what we have to do, we have various operators, we have various functions, we have various comparison.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, could you please just elaborate about functions and operators?
Yeah. So if we talk about the operators, right, we have some, we are doing some addition operations, we are doing some division operations, we are doing some subtraction operations. So these are the operators that we use for in our formula, right? And if it about the functions that we have in that we have first function to make the relationship between two things, that is called ampersand, right? Or we can say we use or we can use in. So these are the functions that we use in our Power BI. So that is what there are number of functions that we'll one by one we'll move forward, and we can understand what are the operators we use, what are the functions we use in this for making some calculations, right? So before entering to the visualization as well as writing some DEX queries, you are aware about the data warehouse. So before putting any data, we have to create data warehouse. And in this data warehouse, we have to store our data which can follow a particular schema. Right? So what is this schema? Anybody can explain what is this schema? What does the schema means?
The way we kept the data in the data warehouse.
Yeah, the way we get the data, and the how we can make some relationship between our data with each other, or table with each other. How we can making the relationship, right? So if we talk about, generally we use star schema star schema. That means in this, at the center, we have our faked table, and these tables are connected with my dimension tables. This is my dim1, this is my dim2, this is my dimension table 3, and this is my dimension table 4, and this is my dim5. So all these tables are connected with the fake table, right? So what is the difference between dimension table and the faked table? Dimension table contains, it is a basically, it is the master table, which is called, which is a, this is dimension table is a master table. Why it is a master table? Because it contains the detail about the customer, or employee, or we have a product, right? And if we talk about the fact table, it is the transaction table. It contains all the transactions data. For example, it is the orders table. It may be the orders table. It may be the salary table. It may be the product invoice table, right? So this type of table, whatever the transaction we did, it all the data is stored in my fact table, and the data of a customer, employee, product, category, this all are in my dimension table or my master table, right? So for that, we have to follow a particular schema to make some connections, right? So generally we use star schema for that. Now, DEX calculation. We have DEX. DEX calculation, right? So how we can calculate, or how we can develop the formula in my table? So it has a 3 types of calculation, which is we call calculation type, right? So these are the table, these are the columns we have to create by our own. These are the measures that we have to create by our own as per my requirement. So number 1, we have calculated column. What does it mean, calculated column? For example, if we have in my table, that is, we have in one column, we have first name, and in another column, we have last name, right? And we want a third column, which is the combination of first name as well as last name. So this data is already in my table, and with the help of this data, I'm developing a new column which contains first name and last name, right? So that is what my calculated column. Got it? Any doubt? That is what my calculated column. But what will happen, as I explained earlier, that what we are doing, we are just increasing the size of my table. What we are doing, we are increasing the size of my table. For example, this data in the table is of 2 MB, this is of 2 MB, and the combination of these two will become the 4 MB. So what we are doing, we are just increasing the size of my table, which is to be avoided. So for that, once we got this, we have to remove this as well. We have to remove this data so that we can only available with the 4 MB of data, so that my table or my reports does not get affected. Right? So that is what the calculated column. The next we have, that is calculated measure, calculated measures. What is this calculate measure? In this, what we are doing, we are calculating the data available in my table. That means we are, for example, we have a profit and we have, just remove profit. We have cost of the product, and this is the number of units sold. So what we want? We want total sales amount. For example, the cost of product is 10 and we sold product 5 units. So it will be the sales, total sales will be of 50 rupees, right? So what we are doing, we are just using these two columns to calculate this new columns of sale. So that is called calculate measure, right? And of course, we have calculate table. So in last class, we already created a table by using, we are making group by with the help of by group by with the cars, and created a new table. And in that report, there was a new table that is in the with the name of car. We are making the group by that what are the numbers of the particular cars in the particular table. So that what we are doing, we are just using the existing table and creating a new table, right? So my dear, among all this is the best one, which will does not affect on the performance on of my reports, right? So in particular, in this all the reports, we have to majorly focus on this part. Try to avoid this thing. If it is required, it's okay, then we can go for it. But major concern should be the speed and the utilizing the required spaces, right? So this is what the DEX query we have. So basic query, just we'll try to write some basic queries by using DEX, right? So let's go to my table. So here we can write the query, or here we can write some new things or create some new column by writing the DEX query, right? So this is my table. For example, this is my table, any table we can take. And I want to add some new column. So just right click on this table and you will get the option that is new column, right? Right click on this table and you'll get an option that is new column. Just click on this new column. You will see the new column is added with this table, right? And here we have the writing window, code writing window with us. So we can write our code or DEX queries on this. So for example, I want to add a column that is as sample column, right? And this will be my dummy data. The things what I have to feed in this column, the name of the column is sample column, and the data what I want to feed in my column is the dummy data, right? So just write this query and enter. Now here my data and column is added with the name sample column, and the data will be the dummy data, right? Or if you want to add some numbers, you can add it. Here we go. We added the numbers in all the columns, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. And the same column will be reflected in my table, right? In my table, the sample column is reflected in this, right? Number one. Number two, once I'll give the option that you can create a new column by right clicking on this table and get the new column. Similarly, if you click on this table, this is my table. If you want to add some new column on this table, in this table, just click on it. You will get the option new measures, new columns, the new quick measures, right? So again, I'll click on new column. You'll get the new column. It will add it, right? This is column 2. And this will be enter. Right, this is the option that we have, and the next option that we go for the table tool, and here we got option that is new column, right? Here you can observe, write a DEX query. You can just read the text, write a DEX query that creates a new column in the selected tables and calculate values for each rows. Just click on it. Again, it will get added, right? So this is the method that by which we can add some new columns in my data, right? So now I'll go to the customer table. Let us go to the customer table, right? So this is my customer table. Yeah. So this is what my customer table, and here we have the contact name, and here we have a city, here we have address, right? All these things we have. So we can just, try to add any two columns. For example, if I want to add the city with the country, then I'll add, I want to concat city with the country. I want country and city should be in the same column, right? So what I'll do, I'll go to the new column and we'll write the DEX query here. So we'll write the location, and what we want to do, we want to concate. So we'll get the concate option, right? What we have to concate? We have to concate the city. When we type the city, you'll get this option. You'll get all the names of the city. A city is available in which table? Customers table. Just click on it, right? City is available where? It is in customers table. Right? Just don't use this before moving. Concate, I'll add with this. So I'll want to concate city. This is my city. Done. And I'll use and. This is called ampersand. And this will be separated by the comma. Okay. Comma, and I want the country name here. So I'll put and then I'll write the country. Okay, country. Customers, in customers we have country, right? Just click on it and write with my query is completed. I'll just enter and you'll get a new column with this location. Here it is. Can you observe? Location Berlin with its country. So we'll concat the city with the country, right? So there are a number of options that we can work on that. So for example, this is the exactly we are connected the city with the country, and now I'm using, let us take a new column name. New column. Now again I am using some another method. So there are a number of logics that we can use in the Power BI. More you will practice, more logic will develop. Location 1. So now what we are doing? Now we are using the concat option. Concat. Yeah, we have a concat option. Concat. So see, here we can see concat have text 1 and text 2. So what we can do? We have text 1. Just write it city. We have city. Okay, fine. And then put the comma, and then we'll put it here country. Yeah, we get the country, right? Done. So close the bracket and just enter. Now what you will get? See what I'm getting. I'm getting there is no space, there is no comma, there is no delimiter between this two names. Because if for example in last columns we already just select this column, we already put this comma. But in this column location, when we are not supposed to put the comma, what we can do? Let us try. So put this comma and put the comma. Right? Does it work? Just try it. See what will happen. Too many arguments were passed in the concat function. The maximum argument count for function is 2. Then what concat says? Concat is instead it says that there is only 2 argument you have to pass for when we are using concat function. So for that, what we have to do? We have to concat. Can anybody put the logic? How we can do this? Can anybody put the logic? How we can do this? Can anybody try? We want to use the concat function and we want a gap. That is, we want a delimiter between this, maybe comma or space or whatever. So
We
what we
can
can
use
do?
contact twice.
Yes, we can use concat twice. So first, what we have to do? First, we have to concat this city with comma, and then with this become a complete one column, and then with that we'll concat the country. So what we are doing? We are just putting the concat function 2 times. So this is the concat function for the comma. Here we go. This concat function with this, because we have put only 2 arguments in the concat function, we close this, and it'll become my 1. And now I'm using again concat function. And now we are concating this with this, right? So here it is closed. This is closed with this, and this would be closed with this. This is closed, fine. Okay, then let's go. Now here we go. So now we can get the same concatenations as we did in the location column, right? Same. So we can use this logic as well. We can use this logic as well. It depends that what the logic you can use for your calculations, right? Is it done? So try this and please let me know once it is done from your side. I'll take a pause of 5 minutes, just work out on that. Is it done? Is it done?
Yes, it's done.
Okay, fine. So now we are moving forward with using some product table. Just let me know. Yeah, products table. So this is what my products table we have with us, and we have to make some new measures which is useful for us to find the total sales, right? So what we can do, you can just make a new measures at this point, at this option, or you can just go to the table, click on this and click on new
Your
measures.
screen is not visible.
Just a moment, let me. Is it visible?
Yes.
So what I'm doing, I'm just going to this table, products table, and clicking on this and clicking on new measure. So once I clicked on new measures, I'll got this again, this box for writing some text. So I'm writing a new measures, that is, let us take total sales. Total sales, right? So what is the total sales? So we multiply with the unit price and units of orders. Kitna order hua hai and what are the unit price of particular order. These are the list of the orders, so we can get the total sales, right? So we can do some operations on that. So just click on right unit. Before that, we'll create a new column. Just a moment. Then we'll create a new measure. So here we'll write total sales. And we have unit price, and we use this operator multiplication. Then we use unit on order, right? And we just enter. So we'll get this data that what is the total sales we have with respect to our unit or with respect to our or units on order, right? So in this way, we can do some calculations as well with my data, right? So that's what we have in this. Any doubt up to now? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So I am closing the class today at this point because I have some certain emergency. So let us connect within the next week. I'll cover this part, further part in the next week by extending my classes up to 1 or 1.5 hour, right? Is that done?
कुछ वर्कशीट मिल सकती है क्या प्रैक्टिस के लिए?
Yeah, I'll send all the worksheets. I'll share the quizzes as well.
एक्चुअली
You have to.
कंसेप्ट नहीं हुआ है वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा, सो वर्कशीट चाहिए.
Yeah, I'll share the worksheet as well, and I'll share the quizzes as well. So go through that, and then you can easily understand each and every concept, right?
If there is a big data, I mean that record millions of data, billions of rows are there in that table or something. Is it visible to use the BI in that?
Yeah, we can use. We can use.
Because I am dealing with that the biological data, which is like very usual. So is it, I mean,
Yeah, we can see. We can deal with that large amount, or we can talk about big data. We can do with that data, but see what will happen. It will does if we create a report. What will happen? It will take a time to load that large amount of data. So for that, what we have to do to make our report to be run faster. So we have to load that data in a particular server, or we can take that much amount of data which is to be used for our visualization of as per our need, right? If we upload all the data which is available with us, maybe it is in lakhs of rows, so you can upload, but it will take time to upload, it will take time to run.